This 2D black and white image is at 6.0 weeks, or 4 weeks from conception. The new life is quietly present. You will experience fatigue and your breasts will be tender. Using the motion mode electronic cursor, this two-dimensional picture clearly documents the embryo's heartbeat at this very early stage, 28 days following conception. With three-dimensional ultrasound, the newly formed embryo is very bright in the protective sac of the mother's womb. This full-color photo of the embryo at 6 weeks clearly shows the bodily structures, with an emphasis on the head and the eyes, and you can even see the limbs. At 7.1 weeks, a live-action color motion picture of the embryo's heartbeat is clearly seen and documented. The classic appearance of the adult electrocardiogram has been recorded at this age. At 8.1 weeks, the embryo, floating like an astronaut in zero gravity, becomes a fetus. Standard two-dimensional ultrasound at 9.5 weeks with the development of the 3D image. The same fetus with full 3D image and profile. Most early abortions are performed at about this stage of development. By this stage, all of the organs of an adult have been formed already for a couple of weeks. A woman would normally be missing just her second menstrual period at this time, and the increased frequency of urination is due to this fetus enlarging the uterus and putting pressure on the bladder. Still at 9.5 weeks, the spine is well developed. With the development of the central nervous system, the fetus can now potentially feel pain. This is a standard two-dimensional ultrasound at 11.0 weeks with a rendering of a full 3D fetal image of the same fetus. Using ultrasound technology, the fetus heartbeat can easily be heard. This example is at 11.5 weeks, still in the first trimester of pregnancy. In our program, we have observed this as early as 24 days following conception. The fetal spine is even better developed at 11.9 weeks gestation. This is the same fetus with its hands covering its eyes. In this image, we see the standard two-dimensional image of the fetus at 15.0 weeks gestation. Here we see the fetal spine at 15 weeks in 2 dimensions. The fetus is a boy. In this view, the 3D scanning transducer is sweeping the volumetric area designated. This then results in the development of 3 new planes of observation that can be presented in 3 dimensions. This includes a longitudinal view, a transverse view, and a horizontal view. With the information generated from these 3 views, a true volumetric rendering of the fetus can be generated. Here you see this full 3D image, which leaves out all guesswork as to what is being observed. You can clearly see the anterior fontanelle, or the soft spot, the nose, the eyes, the lips, chin, and cheeks. A two-dimensional ultrasound at 17.1 weeks. The mother now begins to feel movement. Development of the 3D ultrasound imaging planes and the 3D image. In this image, at 17.1 weeks, the 3D imaging system will allow the electronic erasure of unwanted echoes that obscure a certain view of the fetus. Watch as the electronic scalpel allows to see a better view of the left side of the face. This is really incredible. The fetal face at 19.7 weeks gestation. In this dramatic sequence, at 21.0 weeks, the 3D ultrasound system allows us to view the fetus legs and feet as they are crossed. The long bones of the lower legs can also be seen. The left hand, forearm, and face at 23.0 weeks. This image is at 24.0 weeks. At 27.2 weeks, the standard 2D ultrasound view. Now, the same fetus with full 3D imaging. This is a full view of a face at 30.9 weeks gestation. And this is a full 3D view at 33.7 weeks. Again, the standard two-dimensional ultrasound view is given. This is what most people are used to seeing. This is at 37.0 weeks. Now in 3 dimensions, the same baby. The left fist is covering the left eye at 37.0 weeks. And now the same baby immediately after it was born. The baby on the right side of the screen was just born, and the fetus on the left side of the screen is the same baby, but a 3D ultrasound photo at a full term of the pregnancy, just a few days prior to its birth.